construction, and it is been get from very first who started this, it was been get started by the Kakatiya rulers. So after this, how these dams were built? So what are the sources? How it is been get built? It was been get used the strong walls of the stones, then mud across the stream, the starting flow of the water. The mud is been getting used. And who used to build this? Either the ruler like King Nayaka, the village head person, or the military, the chief head person, or by the common people. They used to share the contribution, and the neighbor work also they used to do it. And to take care about these stands, what are the if it is to get struck, whether it is to get affected by different kinds of weeds, the plants. So all these they used to be get done by the person called as Nilati or Nilu Kate Manishi. Next comes how the dams have been get used up. So dams have been helpful for irrigation, basically the agricultural work we know. But still it is also been used with the different sources. Drinking water for the animals. Then next it also goes with the tank bund, which is been get used the storing of the water. That also been used for the crop growing when there is when the tank water will be going to get dried up. Next, prevent of the runoff rainwater storing. Then prevent of the soil erosion because it upholds the roots because of the only plantation of trees at the one side. And use of the tank silt, the excess unused grown plants that has been used as a fertilizer. Then next, water level near to the tank and the areas, the level underground water will be also going to get increases up. Now next thing, what are the declining aspect of the tank? What are the sources? Because of no repair work and the open places it will be used for the settlements, use the land for the agriculture. Some places it has to get dried up because of no proper taking care as well. So as to irrespective of all these things, the people they started going to with the borewell, going deeper and deeper with the construction, giving more expenses to dig up the borewells. Next comes our state government. They has been started a program called Mission Kakatiya. It has been of Manavuru, Manacheru, where it has been going to has till now it has been get down to 4,70,000 tanks has been constructed, repairing work, new tanks which has been get need repairing work. All these things has been done with our the state government. Now next comes these tanks also being used for the fishing. Different kinds of fishes which will be available in what are the sources, like different types of fishing community people like here Bethara, the next Gangama, all these Telugu community people, all they are depending on the fishing. So regarding that one, we have getting to know about the case study about one village. That village is of Bethavlu village, which has been existing in the Suryapet place. And why this Bethavlu name has been given is this Bethavla Reddy. He was a subordinate to the Kakatiya king. He used to work as a subordinate to the Kakatiya ruler's kingdom. So during that period of time, his wife Nirala Devi, on behalf of that wife, they have been constructed a tank. Sometimes they used to call us Nirala Devi, or sometimes Nirala Devi. That tank constructed, and presently it was of 1900 acres. Earlier it was 3000 because of due to encouragement, settlement access. So all it has to get reduced the tank area. So these tanks they used for the fishing means the people used to go for the fishing. Different kinds of fishes are available in the tanks. From the stream, the starting flow of the water with the fish breeding aspects. Before going to the fisher folk, the people they used to worship a small shrine deity they used to keep at the side of the tank, like Maisama, the next Gangama. They believe that there is a guardian angel that protects the fisherman's life, and they will give more of good catch the fishes. So likewise they also do celebrate the rituals. All these aspects they used to do it out before going ahead of the fishing. So fishing procedure also there are different kinds of fish which have been available from the stream, then comes to the tanks, breeding procedure. But as of now there are being declined in what sources because the use of excessive chemical pesticides, chemical fertilizers. Due to that one in the tank the fishes have been not able to breed, and due to that has been turned into the fish farming centers or fish breeding center where artificial breeding is being getting carried out with different kinds of fishes, and they are being get sold out also into the market. So now we will be going to have a look on what are the different sources of nets, like sources of net types. So what are the types of nets we have? Is the page of 25. The fishermen use net of different kinds to catch the fish. There would be 30 holes in small parisha, thinner net, whereas 60 in bigger parisha, thicker net. These nets are also called as Sannapuwala and Gaduwala. In some areas, net contains the beads made by either iron or lead. These Sannapuwala weight less. They catch fishes and prawns by Sannapuwala, and Gaduwala is used to catch a fish of weight around 100 grams to 5 kilos. Gaduwala weight most. So there are here types of nets. There are two types of nets. So one is of 30 holes. Other is about of 60 holes. So this is of thinner. This is of thicker. This will be of less weight. This will be of more weight. And here it leads to the catches being get use of less catch. Here it will be of more catch. So this is what about the types of nets. It is of 30 holes, other is of the 60 holes. 30 holes it will be of thinner one, less weight and less catch. Whereas 60 holes it is of thicker one. It will be weight of more, and it will also be going to catch hold of the more fishes. Up to 5 kgs they can catch hold the fishes. Here on the figure 3.1e, they have been shown you about the net, how they have been throwing up. So net throwing, like how like surrounding and making around and throwing out. Next figure 3.1f, fishing. So in between that net they have been going to catch hold the fishes. This figure 3.1e and 3.1f. Fishing folk use two methods to catch the fish, one in shallow waters and one in deep waters. Vice water. Visidi wala is used when there is less water in the tank. A kanchu wala weightless. Fishermen go farther into the stable water rather than spread the kanchu wala. These have been mostly the occasion where the water is deep. So now to catch the fishes, what they will be using? They will be using the two for catching fish. So catching fish also two aspects. They will go in shallow water. Other will go in the deep water. So according to the water availability, the catching hold of the fish they go. Sometimes they go with the shallow water and sometimes they go with the deep water. Only when there is any stability in the water, if there is any kind of wave, like movements, like tides, all this one, they are not going to go into the water. Now fishing. So how they use, these are the types of the nets, then catching procedure, then fishing. At what time they go, how they used to catch the fishes, what are the procedures, all it will be going to get to know. Fishermen start for fishing early in the morning. Some use visina wala for the fishing on the banks where the water is not deep. Others go into the lake on a ferry made with thermocol and reach a place where water is very deep and spread the kachu wala. Fishing is done twice a day. They catch the fish from 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock in the morning and take them to the market. Again, they catch fish from 1 to 4 o'clock in the afternoon and take them to the market. They do not care for cold, rains and heat and do the fishing. The fish left over the sail are washed neatly and dried under the sun. When the catch is very small, they take them to the kodat or surya plate for setting. When it is large, they take it to the cities like Hyderabad. Usually, it is the men who do the fishing and it is the women who do the selling in the market. See the figure 3.1g. So now fishing. So fishing aspect, they used to go according to the source of catching of the fishes, shallow water or the deep water. The fishing also they will go in the two times, morning and evening. So morning or by evening they will go for the fishing, and the fishing they the most aspect in the fishing also they will be it will be gathered. So men do the fishing. This is part, and getting back by the things, then women will be selling. So whenever they will be having a good cash, they used to be sell out to the place like Suryapet where they have been existing out. And if suppose if the sale is not very good, so the remaining fishes what they do, they used to clean up neatly and with salt or without salt also they used to get dried up. And other than like if they are having more of fishes, if the catch is very good, so they used to go to the other places like of Hyderabad or near to the surrounding the cities or mega cities where they used to sell and they used to get the money. So here on the figure 3.1g you can have a look on the women selling out the fishes. See here, figure fish market. Now next comes here about the cooperative societies for the fishermen. Cooperative Society of Fishermen. These cooperative societies are nothing but they have been helping at the same time. They have been giving the loans to the fishermen to get the boats or to get the different kinds of nets. And in return, they used to get whatever the good cash they have been getting, that they used to sell it to that person. Like basically starting like self-help group where they have been helping to this fisher folk. But later on, it also been earning out to the trade contractors, persons who are in between the fisher folk and between to the cooperative society, the head person, some person, the persons are acting as a middle person. So these are all things has also been happening up. A family needs to have a membership in the cooperative society for fishing. The membership is decided on the basis of ayaka, means how much the land they are having and how much they are earning. Usually the society takes one member per hectare, 2.5 acres, and there are 339 members in the society today. The society pays 2,35,000 to the Department of Fisheries for fishing in the tank. The society has to purchase fish seedlings and put them into the tanks. They are supposed to pool the produce and share the earning equally among all the members. So now what is happening here? So suppose there is one tank in one place. So in that tank or the place, the villages need to be members. One according to the land, how much they are having, that land the persons will be need to be the membership in this cooperative society. So in that way, every year towards the fishery department of the state government, they have been paying 2,35,000 amount of money as a form because they are doing the fishing in the tanks with the government permission. Next thing, these fishermen cooperative society members, they used to collect the money like all the sources. They used to put the seeds, fish breeding in the tanks, and how much the good breeding, according to that breeding, they used to get the share. Equal earning will be get distributed between these 339 members. Recently, a new practice has been seen in many fishing tanks. The fishermen are too poor and need loans for running their households. They cannot afford to buy the fish seedlings from the fish farms. Hence, they are forced to take the loans from the traders. Traders give advance loans and also take the responsibility of putting seedlings in the tank. In return, the fisher folk have to sell their produce to the trader at the price fixed by him, which is actually 10 to 15% of the actual price less. In this way, the trade makes a huge profit. If the man could not give loans to the cooperative society, the fisherman would become independent of the trader contractors. So like the smaller fishermen folk, they cannot afford to purchase the seeds from the farmings, and in return they have been depending on the traders. Like have very good having of money, like big person. So they used to get the they'll take the loan, and this trader being a person, what they will be giving, they'll give the money, no problem for them to give. But what they will be saying, whatever the fish you have been producing, you need to sell to that person from whom you have been taking the loan. And how much price this trader will fix, that on that price only these fishermen need to sell out. And that trader, he won't take it to the very high, he will take 10 to 20% less only, because at the need of time he gave the loan. So in this way, they have been manipulating, they have been using on the fisher folk in such a way, like they are giving the loan amount of money, and in return on the market price, with that less they have been purchasing this fish produced for them, and these traders, they sell out in the market at very high price. So like these situations have been happening where the fishermen, they have been facing up. But if suppose this society members or the society, if they have been giving the loans to these persons with less interest rate, like self-help group, so might be this fisherman folk can be get rid from independent traders or the contractors, so that they will be get survive without any kind of loan, or less selling out the amount of the fishes what they need in actually from the market price. This is what about the part 1, what we haven't get discussed in this lesson out about the tanks. Now next comes to the groundwater. Part 2. Groundwater. So groundwater is nothing but the water which flows the runoff water. The soil percolates with the help of the soil, with the help of the plants, roots. That will be absorb the water into the soil. The underground water level, water which is will get stored up. Textual page of 27. First is here we will get to know about what is groundwater. Rainwater do not flow down the streams or the rivers, but also slowly goes down into the soil. The water accumulation below the ground in the gap between rocks, pebbles, sand, etc. This is the groundwater which we reach to wells and borewells. Rocks which have cracks or the pores, minute holes in them, can contain the water called pervious rocks. In Telangana, there are some areas where such rocks like sandstones are found. Some rocks like granite, Kalpalanchun, etc. are very compact and do not have pores in them. Water cannot enter into them. Groundwater usually accumulates above such rocks. Since the water cannot go beneath them, these are called impervious rocks. Most of the rocks underlying the soil in Telangana are of its kind. A small portion of the land in Telangana, which is next to rivers, have deep layer of sand, soil and pebbles. Water also accumulates in these layers. The layer of the water which accumulates underground rocks is called aquifer. The thickness of the aquifer determines the availability of the groundwater in the area. So groundwater, it is in accumulation of the water. Water accumulates below the ground. So here it is on what is being the existing different types of the soil. This is what the figure 3.2, rocks and the water below the groundwater level. So here we can see this is the groundwater ground level, means soil, what we have been seeing. This is the well, but inside deep these are the things. This is what about the topsoil. Then next comes here pervious rock, and next comes here the impervious rocks or the shallow rock. Now here have a look on this one, the bore water, the complete topsoil which allows the water, small pebbles, sands, up to here the pervious rock, means where it allows the water to store up to. Then next comes here impervious granite or the rock, which is very hard substance, like the things which doesn't have any small, even the small pores also, which leads to the non-absorbent, it cannot able to percolate the runoff water. So this is what about the classification of the rocks at below the groundwater level. Now next comes water table or groundwater level. Water table or groundwater level. So how we can determine the groundwater level, how we can get to know here how much the water is being available is with the help of this aquifer. With the help of this aquifer, what we can say, we can get to know the thickness. Thickness of water with this aquifer. How much is the thick water, how much the deeper the water is being thick. The thickness of the aquifer determines the availability of water, determines the availability of water. So this aquifer is nothing but the layer of the water which is below the ground level, and this how much the water is being get existed, and with this being the thickness, and which determines the groundwater level. Page 28. Look at the wells in the figure 3.3 given below carefully. This is the water level in the wells after the rains. You can see that in these wells the water is available at the depth of 5 meters. This means that if you were to dig a new well in the same region, you will strike water at the same depth. This is what the level of the groundwater, which is also called the water table. Water table is never stable. It goes deeper in the summer months and comes up during the monsoon. So now, here on the figure 3.3, we can have a look on the figure groundwater level. This is what the figure. So what the figure is saying here means groundwater level. Here this is the top soil where the wells have been dig up. So rainwater it is of 5 meters. So well 1, 2, 3 and 4. So well 1 it is up to 10 meters deep, then 2 up here, then next 3 here and 4 here. So now the thing is 5 meters of the rain groundwater level is same, but the well how much deep there has been dug up, it has been going differ, how much the availability of water. So well 1 it is of more, 2 is less, 3 is very less and 4 is less, like how much of in deep they have been get constructed. Next thing, the water level in the summer, this is the line they have been shown on, it goes on decreasing the water level in the summer months, but whereas in the winter season this level of the water it goes above the level of the asphalt. Now next thing, in your textbook page of 28, we will be getting to know these 2 inbox questions you have been going to get complete, or this 28 page of inbox question, this has been going to relate with this figure 3.3, and next here this has been going to relate towards this rocks and groundwater in Telangana, that figure. But basically this one figure you have been going to get complete out. Now we'll be going to have a look on the inbox questions from the part 1, what we have been discussed till now. So this is what about the from the page of 23. This is what the project work. You just have to need no need to do of the project work. Just have a look on these activities what it has been saying up. Now next coming to the page of 25. These are the inbox questions. So why do we eat only a few types of fish? Why it is called the why is the cat fish banned? So just need to search out and need to get the answers there itself only. Next this inbox questions. So inbox question, visit the fisherman family, the next types of regions, the fishes nets which has been used out in your places. Now next coming to the page of 26. So in the page of 26 also this is one question it has been given out. So what is this question here means? Discuss why the nets are selected based on the depth of water. So what type of net it is been used according to the availability of the water. Now next on the page is same 26 page. Next to this inbox question. Family, this related to the cooperative society and the fishermen's department, fishery department. Next comes here the same page. The question, why do you think the banks are reluctant to give loans to the fishermen? So basically, why the banks they won't give loan to the fishermen folk? What is the necessary not being keen for the development of the fisher folk? Now coming to the page of 27 page, this is what the inbox question related to this figure 3.2. Now just I have been said about this water table of the groundwater level. This is related towards this one figure 3.3, this inbox question of the page of 28. Now next here coming to the rocks or groundwater level, then how the groundwater level is need to be get recharged, then how the quality and uses of the groundwater, all these will be going to discuss in the next week tomorrow.